going on out there? How y'all doing? Well, maybe if you are Chris Brown, or maybe it's the Chris Brown stands. If you guys don't know, Chris Brown is facing a $50 million suit for what four men are saying was a vicious situation that happened at his concert. Okay. Now we're going to get into those details again. But y'all, I don't know if this is people that were actually there or if Chris Brown just has his PR people in there. Regardless if even an ounce of this is true, Chris Brown's career is over. And by over, yeah, I know people will always go see him at the local Applebee's to pop and lock it. But at the end of the day, Live Nation is also getting sued. Okay. I had some dummy in the comments that was just like, this is untrue. This isn't even the way lawsuits work. Promoters get sued. And I said, yeah, dummy. Live Nation is getting sued too for those 50 million. And if Live Nation is being sued, please believe they are going to make Chris Brown pay like Rob Kardashian ways. However, I do like to look into stuff because I had people, I couldn't figure out if they were bots or real, saying I was at the concert and they were jumping in my comments telling me what really happened. Now, when I first read this, I said, I had no idea so many tattletales in our fam were Chris Brown fans. And listen, you can be a fan of Chris Brown all you want, but I said, what's the odds that I have like 50 people that were all Chris Brown fans and all at the concert and all in my comments, right? So anyway, the Light 7349, totally not a bot. Actually wouldn't let me know what really happened. So this is like what Chris Brown's people are, well, I guess what they hope is true. So just listen to this and we're going to laugh. Tisa, this is what really happened. This is a real story from the people that were there. Do these people that were there have names or is it just bot 101? Okay, so they said these men snuck into VIP where Chris was while people were waiting to meet him, and these guys weren't supposed to be back there. And no, they didn't pay for a meet and greet, and they were not invited either. And I said, okay, listen, I ain't paying for a Chris Brown meet and greet, right? And I'm not really paying for VIP experience anyway. I think this space pays for one. Shut up. Let me have my jokes, right? But I'm serious. I don't really, but I have seen the VIP lines and VIP sections, or even if I'm at the bookstore and there's an author there doing a meet or greet, fine. And some of these meet and greets are like paid meet and greets. My point of the matter is in America, at a Live Nation event, you trying to tell me four grown men were snuck there all together, snuck their way backstage, past security, past the handlers, past the greeters, and got into a VIP line where everybody has to show their confirmation code to even be allowed backstage. You're telling me that four grown men snuck in past multiple security, past photographers, past handling? Because think about it. It's VIP. To even get backstage, you got to show the code, right? Or you got to show your thing. Then once you go back, you got to go and find your moved to a line. And then when you're in the line, they have to look to see what experience you got. And then that's it. And there are at a Chris Brown concert, four grown men who had beef with Chris, allegedly, that they saw, and nobody bothered to check the ticket experience to even see if they could even come backstage to the VIP area. Again, if you've ever been to a concert, it is not easy to get to the VIP area. How do four grown men all together do that? According to sources that were actually present and seen, these men went there to pick a fight with Chris and his team. But Chris has crazy amounts of security. So how did they even get close to Chris? A screaming woman fan that has a hots for Chris couldn't even get that close. How did four grown men do that? His 2-year-old daughter and baby mama were also in attendance. Okay, maybe, but that doesn't mean that Chris wouldn't act a fool. Or, matter of fact, Chris didn't lay hands on those people. His entourage did. One person got chased into a stairway. Another person got viciously beaten right there. 2 other people got viciously beaten. One person is still in the hospital. Okay, so, uh, mm, so you can bet as a result he was in defense mode and had a reason to be. I'm sick of this defense mode stuff. You trying to tell me a grown man who claims a set was in defense mode when he has 7 to 10 people squad deep? See, he's not denying that those men weren't beat to a pulp. He's saying that they snuck in, they were uninvited. And because of that, he put 7 to 10 people of his security on people to literally kick somebody's head in for 10 minutes, brutally assault them. Y'all, come on. Um, Mr. Bobby 11 said, did reports say he was on something or is it speculation? Um, Lisa Marie 1470 said he'd be all right. He always is, right? User whatever said, I'm waiting for the footage. Somebody has it. Exactly. And here's the thing. Sorry to skip over you, user. That might be your name. User CJ5ZO4ZM6J. I agree. See, here's the thing. We if somebody was really there and saw it, they would be on Twitter. They would be on Twitter right now making videos about it. There would be footage of the fight. There were all these women waiting in a VIP line. Where's the footage of this in? And they had their phones out because they were waiting for their little old school pics with Chris. Where's the footage? Where's the footage of Chris being approached, him fearing for his daughter's safety and his baby's mom's safety, and then the people coming to rush to the protection? See, if there was actually footage that showed Chris in a good light, it would have been released. But what do I think happened? I think that all those women in line were forced to either turn over their footage or erase it from their phones. I think they probably signed NDAs to meet Chris so they can't really use it without the thing of being sued. And I think that the reason we don't see any footage are real people, not Twitter bots, but real people talking about it on TikTok and showing footage. This is a camera thing, and they were at a meet and greet and they had their phones out, is because whatever is there does not look good for Chris. Okay. Now, listen, is Chris guilty? I honestly don't know. I just know that this is really, really suspect and they're suing for 50 million. So maybe this is a cash grab, but somebody cannot set you up because they know that you will flip out and act great googly moogly crazy. Okay. Now, again, if this shows turns out to be a setup, I will be the first person that makes a video being like, damn, sorry, Chris Brown, I was wrong. But right now, I'll believe what the police are saying, what the attorney's saying. And if anybody has any proof or footage, put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube, put it on Instagram. I know Chris Brown's people will do it. Anyway, here's the thing. This actually sounds true. They said that 4 men were invited backstage after the set to meet Chris Brown, who showed up 30 minutes later than anticipated. Again, these people, so let me get this straight. Also, this goes into this whole narrative doesn't make sense. These 4 men somehow got through VIP security. They're charging $1,000 on up for the privilege of standing next to Chris Brown. So don't think that somebody can just walk on and breeze through. It is very a close set. So let me get this straight. Chris, these 4 men snuck through all these securities tickets to get back there for free. They weren't invited. They weren't supposed to be there, and they didn't buy tickets for meet and greet. So how did these 4 men get by? And these same 7 to 10 people that beat their booties, they were also there while they were there. On top of that, Chris wasn't there. Chris showed up 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later. And everybody's just like, sausage party. Anyway, right? Before leaving, he approached Brown to congratulate him on the show, prompting a member of the singer's entourage to remind Chris that the two previously had issues. Again, if Chris's entourage could be like, yo, but y'all got beef, that means that before Chris arrived for 30 minutes, you were looking at that mofo the whole time. How come you didn't escort him out then? Chris said, "Oh yeah, we were. What's up, Ninja? Don't forget Ish. I don't forget Ish." Anyway, right? They punched him and brutally beat him. They picked up a chair, threw it at people's heads, chased people in the stairwell. They really thought this was a real life version of Juice. They put a beat down on those people. Again, you guys, we're going to see how this plays out. If this is a setup, I will apologize to Chris, but yeah, good luck.